Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Andrea, and I am somebody who is faith-filled, who loves diving into the Word of God. And today, I just want to share with you what I received from God in my personal Bible study. So the way I like to dive into the Bible, before I usually do, I like to journal. I like to just write on some blank pages, see what's going on in my mind, what's in my heart. And so the last journal entry I did, I was realizing that there was some people around me that I did not really want around me like that anymore. I'm gonna just keep it plain, keep it real, right? So I just feel like I've been outgrowing certain friendships and outgrowing environments more than anything. And the reason why I'm outgrowing these environments and friendships is because I've let go of certain habits that I've had, habits such as gossiping or just talking negatively, certain types of conversations that are usually around that type of a narrative. And I'm gonna just keep it real. Like a lot of girls do struggle with that. We get on the phone with our girlfriends and we end up just yapping a lot of the time. And I've been that girl. I've been that girl who will just talk about what somebody has on or just somebody's relationship. Why is she letting that man do this and that? Like hey, I'm on here and I'm gonna just be real. So I hope that you can be real too with yourself, right? And so those are the types of environments that I am wanting to outgrow or get away from me. And that's kind of what I was journaling about. And when I opened up my Bible again, like I'm somebody who would like to just kind of pour my little heart out and then be like, God, show me in your word what I need right now, or speak to me, Father. And then I'll just open it up and flip some pages and just see what catches my eye. I opened up in John chapter 3 and I read verses 1 all the way through verse 21. And in this part, this is where Nicodemus comes to visit Jesus, but he didn't come and visit Jesus on some I'm unashamed. He actually came to visit Jesus late at night where nobody could see him. He was doing this in secret. That just kind of speaks towards not him being ashamed, but he was somebody who held a high position as a Pharisee, somebody who knew the law. And those at that time when Jesus was here walking the earth in physical form, at that time, the people who knew the law couldn't really grasp Jesus because Jesus came to really expand the law through love, right? But these people just knew the law, not love. And that's the issue with a lot of folks today, right? And so Nicodemus came wanting to try to understand Jesus, asking Jesus these questions. And Jesus is just saying things like, you got to be born again. And he's like, I can't go back in my mom's womb. So what you talk about, Jesus? So he's really just trying to understand for real. But he's not trying to do that in front of those other folks because his people then are going to judge him, right? So he really just came to Jesus in secret trying to figure it out. And then it gets to the point where Jesus ends up saying in verse 20, everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. It felt like a little bit of shade to me. Not shade, but Jesus was somebody who kept it real. Jesus will keep it real with you, right? Because basically he's saying people who know they got stuff going on that they shouldn't be doing, they don't want to be seen. For example, Nicodemus, he didn't want to be seen. He came to visit Jesus at night. If you have nothing to hide, why are you coming at night? If you gonna stand on 10 toes on what you believe in, why not do it in front of your colleagues? Why not, right? And so for me in that moment, like I said at the beginning of this video opening up, I want to outgrow certain environments. But after reading that verse, if in those environments, if in those conversations that I have with my girlfriends, if I am being the light, those who do not want the light or want to be exposed, they're not going to want to be around me. So I'm over here worried about how can I, distance myself from certain environments? How can I distance myself from, I don't have to worry about any of that if I'm being the light. Because once I start to shut down certain conversations, I'm not going to entertain that conversation because that doesn't reflect the person I want to be. or once I, shut down certain, hey, look, I understand that this gossip is tea for you, but right now I don't want to focus on what other people got going on. I got my own stuff going on. Like once I start to shut those types of things down, if I'm around somebody who wants to also be a light, they're gonna embrace that. They're gonna not feel uncomfortable. They might, who knows, but they're gonna probably want to be around that because light attracts light, right? But if there's somebody who would rather just kind of be stuck in the dark or just want to hold on to their evil deeds, hold on to their ways of gossip or negative talk, downing other people and whatnot, then they're just gonna fall off on their own. And I ain't got nothing. Like I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got anything, right? That's how that verse spoke to me. And then verse 21, it says, "But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what he has been done through God." Now that spoke to me in several different ways, but the one I'm going to mention now is um, for fear of wanting to be that person who clearly used to gossip, was probably just gossiping with you yesterday, right? And then today I'm just like, nah, I'm not on that gossip tip no more. There's a fear of how somebody would receive that. Like, oh, what? So you think you better than me now? Oh, so you think you holier than thou? Oh, girl, you was just right. But that to me just kind of settled that I don't really got to worry about those rejections. Because if I'm living by the truth, then it's going to be seen plainly. And that it's not me feeling like I'm better than anybody, or it's not me trying to do any of that on my own, but that is being done by God, that God is working in me. Now, the only thing with that is if you are going to be somebody who wants to distance yourself from certain behaviors, conversations that you used to entertain and you don't want to entertain no more, and you're doing that through God, then you got to continue to allow God to work in you. But if you start off that way and then you just try to carry it out on your own and really do start thinking you better than others, then no, it won't play out right. And you might think you holier than thou. You might think you better than somebody, and you're going to have to humble yourself in those situations and know that it's God, that this work is being done through you by God. And so that is just what I received from this Bible study in my personal time. And I really wanted to come on here and share with anybody else who might be in that same situation, that feels like you are outgrowing certain conversations, outgrowing certain environments, and just want to walk with the Lord without feeling like people are judging you now. But that's okay, because I just want you to know that you're not alone on this walk. That's my walk as well. And this is also what my channel is about. I am somebody who is just faith filled, somebody who is always wanting to learn and grow. I love personal development. I love the Lord. And if you're somebody who can resonate with faith filled content like what I presented today, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you soon.